What's up? What's up? What's up, you guys? Happy Monday. I hope everybody had a great day today at work. You guys, I feel a lot better than I did last week. Some of you guys know I wasn't feeling too well last week. I was under the weather, and I'm feeling so much better today. I just feel that I have so much more energy. Even at work today, I had more energy. I was actually on time for work today. Well, I was on time for me. Anyway, don't forget tonight is the Whether You Like It or Not panel. It is the Real Housewives of Potomac edition. Listen, we're gonna do what we do. Like last week, baby, we took lemons and made lemonade, and that was probably one of the best shows we did in a while, honey. We had a good time and we laughed and we got off topic. But y'all make sure y'all join me over at Scotty's house. Okay, we will be over to Scotty's house. All right. Now, with that being said, you guys, oh honey, we did the poll. I did the poll on my community wall, and I asked the people whether they wanted to see Married to Medicine or if they wanted to see Love and Marriage DC. And they wanted to see Married to Medicine. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I'm about halfway through Saturday night's episode of Love and Marriage DC. And hey, Nay, what's up, boo? I don't know. You know, a couple of people brought up the C word. I'll tell you, I'll talk to you offline about that. Nay, I'll talk to you offline about that. But anyway, this is a members only chat on the ReallyBTV channel, but you guys can speak freely over on the ReallyBTV reviews channel. I have the link pinned at the top of it, and we'll get into it. But I'm about halfway through, Raven. I'm gonna just say this, and then we're gonna get into Married to Medicine. Hey, Tracy Boo. My issue with the whole my issue so far with the episode of Love and Marriage DC is you really want me, like the first 20 minutes of the episode was the whole aftermath of the fight. It's been almost 2 years. Well, I'm exaggerating. It hasn't been almost 2 years. It's been a year since that Christmas party was Christmas 2022. We've had a whole nother Christmas, and we saw that episode like 8 months ago, 9 months ago, or something crazy like that. Like, you want me to care. And that was the first 20 minutes of the episode. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't care anymore. So it was hard for me to muster up, you know. I'm gonna do the review, so I'm gonna have to have an opinion, but I just don't. You know, and I think that's going to be my problem with the whole second half of this season. Watching it, caring about a lot of what I'm seeing, knowing we're a year later. You know, but anyway, that's another show, child. That's another show. Hey, Miss True Kelly, I'm glad you made it for a live review. So we are here for Married to Medicine. Married to Medicine won the poll. Now let me ask you guys this question. I'm gonna ask Scotty. We're gonna have to talk about this tonight on the Whether You Like It or Not panel. We gotta figure out what we're gonna review next, because normally it's the Real Housewives of Atlanta, but the Real Housewives of Atlanta, even if they start filming today, right? Even if they start filming now, we're not gonna get an episode for another 6 months, 7 months. I mean, hell, the way Bravo be putting their shows on rotation, we might not see it for a year, even if they start filming it today, because we know that the Real Housewives of New Jersey, done. Real Housewives of Dubai, done. And we're just waiting for it to come out. So I don't know. I think some people told me the Real Housewives of New Jersey is supposed to come out. I think they said March. So I guess we're going to start getting the trailer soon. They're going to probably drop this. If it's going to come out in March, or March or April, they're going to have to drop the trailer. You know, Bravo usually gives us a good month when they drop a trailer to when the show is going to come out. So I'm thinking maybe with us going towards the end, it will probably get the trailer maybe during one of these reunions that are coming up. We know, I'm sorry, y'all. I ain't talked about Married to Medicine yet. My bad. Give me 2 more seconds. Act like it was Christmas of 2023. You Okay, boo. Y'all coming over from El Teddy's. Y'all are fine. Y'all are fine. Thank you. Welcome for being here. We know they filmed the Married to Medicine reunion last week. We know they filmed the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion last week. And I think Miami. So all three of those reunions have been filmed within the last week. Anyway, let's get into the things, honey. So Married to Medicine. Can I be honest with y'all about this Married to Medicine episode? I fast forwarded through a lot of it. I did. And I'm going to tell you why when we get to the parts that I fast forwarded through, I'm going to tell you why I fast forwarded through them. But we are starting this. Can y'all hear me? Hold on, my microphone. Microphone check. Microphone checker. For the people who were sent over from El Teddy's house, again, the main channel is on members only, but you can chat freely on the ReallyBTV channel. So you guys can go over there. The link is pinned at the top. This is supposed to be a members only. Is this a members only or is it just a subscriber only? Hold on, let me see. Let me make sure I did it right. So yeah, so with that being said, we start this episode off. We have we see Phaedra meeting with the party planner. It's Aiden's birthday. He's turning 13. And baby, that instantly made me feel old because we all remember when Phaedra was pregnant with that baby. And now he just turned 13. So shouts out to him. Phaedra was with the party planner. That party planner told her that party was going to be $70,000. And Phaedra ain't bat an eye. She said, okay. Now listen, whether it was real or not, whether it was a setup or not, whether it was, a setup from Todd to come to us with the bullshit, it don't matter. She played that part well because baby, she didn't bat an eye. She said, okay. I said, I know that's right, Phaedra. You better let them know that you ain't got no problem throwing no $70,000 birthday party for your baby boy, okay? And it definitely looked like a $70,000 party once you get to it at the end. But moving on, we'll get there. Then we see we see Sweet Tea down to Dr. Heavenly's getting some work done, and they made a joke about it, about she played Right Patches. They made a joke about it, about her needing Gregory's credit card or whatever, but I don't know, I just be like, you keep joking about it. Then so then we saw Eugene take Toya out for another date. Okay, we had date 2.0. He went down to a florist shop so that they could do a floral arrangement. They had champagne, and it was a whole thing. Listen, I can appreciate that Eugene took the criticism in, remixed it, and spit it out. Okay, I can respect that. I can respect, and I'm gonna just leave it there. I can respect the fact that Eugene said, you know what, I heard you. Me either, SCK, I didn't like the joke either. I can respect the fact that Eugene said, I heard it. And you said that the date was more about me than it was you. It wasn't about what you liked and what you were interested in. And I know you love flowers, and I know you love having fresh flowers. So you know what? We're gonna go down to this florist shop and we're gonna learn about fresh flowers and how to cut and how to arrange. And he even said, hey, these are the types of dates we used to go on. And I thought it was cute. I thought it was cute. But did you catch their confessional where Eugene said, well, you're hard to be married to. You're a hard person to be married to. Y'all, Toya, baby, you got to listen to what this man is telling you. You got to listen to what Simone is telling you. Now, somebody said they don't think that Simone and Toya are friends in real life because of the things that happened in the past between Toya and Simone. I think Toya and Simone are friends in real life. Do I think they're besties? Do I think they're best friends? No. Do I think that Simone is the first person that Toya calls when she needs a confidant? Probably not, and vice versa. But do I think that they hang out when the cameras aren't rolling? Yes. Do I think that they spend time together when the cameras aren't rolling and they enjoy spending time together? Yes. That when I talk about reality TV people being friends, that's my gauge. My gauge is, do they hang out when the cameras aren't rolling? And do we see them, like, do they spend time together when the cameras aren't rolling? And again, when I say friend, y'all, there are layers to friendship. Everybody ain't a best friend. Everybody ain't here. And I think people, they say people use friends too loosely. I agree. But I also think people use best friend too loosely as well. So do I think they're friends? Yeah. I think they're friends enough for Simone to be able to go to Toya and say, listen, my man talked to your man and your man told my man dot, 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 dot. And I'm breaking code and I'm telling you, and you need to take heed to what I'm saying. I think they friends enough for that. This damn camera. I ain't lying. This camera get on my nerves. Okay. That's what I was saying. Toya was trying to say, I believe she was trying to listen, but old habits die hard. Okay. Yeah. And again, that's why I said I ain't even going to fuss at Toya. I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to say, yes. Eugene, you heard your wife, you remixed it, and you tried it again. And sounds like you hit it out the park. She gave you a 10 out of 10, boo. She gave you a 10 out of 10. Then they got to talking about how things have been so much better in the group now that Quad is gone. Listen, y'all gonna stop putting everything on Quad. Y'all are gonna stop making it seem like Quad was the reason why everything was wrong in the group, because she was not. I mean, did Quad have her shit? Yeah, sure she did. Was Quad shady and blah, 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 blah? Yep, she was all of the above. But y'all are not going to sit here and act like Quad is the only reason. Well, hell, we saw by the end of the episode that Quad ain't the only problem. Okay? No shade. They keep showing that the women of Atlanta are assassins and they don't care if you're married. The show has also been boring without Quad. I don't like using that word boring. I think they've been showing. This is what I think they did. I think they showed too much family stuff in the episodes right behind Quad. But I believe that was done by design. I believe that was productions, because remember, those women did not fire Quad. Production fired Quad. Let's not give those women more power than what they have. Production fired Quad, okay? And I think that was production's way of showing, look, when Quad's not here, look how everybody gets along. When Quad's not here, look at how nice they play together. I think it was done by design. I think they purposefully waited the 2 episodes that they waited, and they threw in all of this family stuff that wasn't full of conflict to prove a point to the viewers. That's my opinion. And Dr. Heavenly sort of confirmed it, because she said, listen, I know what I filmed. I know what other people filmed. I know what's out. I know what's on tape. And they're choosing to show y'all the touchy-feely, lovey-dovey. They're choosing to give y'all all of this. So I think they purposely did it. And I think that we're on episode 11. So I think the next 4 episodes are going to be, a shit show. I just do. We see where we're going with this trip to Hilton Head, child. So, Toya never reads the room. I don't know what Quad would fix unless y'all want to see her shade sweet tea. Right. So Damon has a mixer for his medical practice. Now, first of all, let me say this. I think it was a genius idea when you're doing pain management and your practice is about pain management. I think it was genius for him to have a mixer where he invited a lot of, I'm gonna say it, and I don't mean no disrespect. If you know any of them lawyers that was in the room or any lawyers watching this review, I don't mean no disrespect when I say this. I'm just using the term, okay? I think it was a genius idea to invite the ambulance chasers in the same room with your practice, because if your job is to do you're practicing pain management. This is for the people who get into the nicks and the bips and the scrapes and they don't really had nothing really wrong with them, but they need to go to a doctor for a couple of weeks. Y'all know what I'm talking about. We talked about this a couple of weeks ago. When you get in the fender bender, you get rear-ended or you get hurt and you need to go to the doctor for pain, but you ain't really break nothing. You ain't really in the hospital for nothing, but you need to document them doctor's visits. I thought it was a genius idea to invite all of these different attorneys that practice personal injury to this mixing. Now, were there other lawyers there? Sure. Were there other doctors there? Sure. But I thought that was a great idea. Now, I was a little confusion about having it at the cigar bar. I was I was with Dr. Jackie when she said the Surgeon General might give us a phone call about this because, we are sitting here, supporting and advocating cigars, but okay, you got to meet the people where they are. You got to meet the people where they are. But I thought that was a great idea. Now, the other thing, let me say this. I don't know. Dr. Heavenly. Dr. Heavenly, you don't have no friends. We was talking about friends a minute ago. We was just having that conversation about friends. Dr. Heavenly, you don't have none. Let me tell you what. First of all, they said Phaedra was with you when you went and bought that dress. So Phaedra not your friend, okay? And I know that your husband loves you. I know your husband loves you, and he probably don't want to, be that person. But your husband should have put his foot down. Buddy should have put his foot down on that one. Buddy should have told you. And I get it, Heavenly, you have lost a lot of weight. You're toning and you looking good. And you wanted to wear something sexy. And you wanted to wear something cute. Listen, as a big girl myself, when you lose weight, you want to wear the stuff that you saw all the other people wearing when you couldn't wear it. I get it. I get it. But all you needed was one size bigger, girl. One size bigger. And you would have been all right. Because do I think you were overdressed for the occasion? Yeah, I think that dress was a little too much. That's me. I think the dress was a bit much for that event. But I get it. You wanted to be sparkly. You wanted all eyes on you. You were the wife of the person throwing the function. So I get it. I get it. But ma'am, one size bigger and you'd have been in there. Now, I'm going to tell you what happened. Because it's happened to me. She fell in love with that dress and they didn't have a bigger size. That's what it was. She fell in love with that dress. She decided that was the dress that she was going to wear. And they probably did not have a bigger size. And instead of deciding to go with a different dress, she said, I'm going to slide in this damn dress. And I hate to be the one to tell it, but that wasn't. Your areola they had anytime they got to blur out your areola and you were standing next to him while he was giving his speech in front of that room full of people, that wasn't the answer. And I'm sorry, Dr. Heavenly, and y'all know I love me some Dr. Heavenly, but I got to call a thing a thing. That dress was too fucking small. Now, by the time you got there, I mean, you was already there. I mean, but they told you that dress was a little too small. Now, they did let you know the dress was doing a little lot. Anyway, moving on. So we see everybody was at the mixer. Eugene wasn't there. He had to work. Dr. Alicia's husband wasn't there. He had to work, but everybody else was there. And it looked like a really nice event. Now, the other thing that was irritating me was and this is the stuff that I was fast forwarding through. I really, really, really did not like the whole I'ma set Phaedra up. Like, say it once, it's one thing, but don't do that. Like, I have been that person. I have been the single person in a room full of married or coupled up people. Don't make me feel more awkward than I already feel. Don't spend the whole night trying to hook me up with somebody. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't spend the whole night trying to hook me up. I don't like it. That you put me on the spot. Then she gonna give a speech and then call her up there and ask men to come up. Don't do that. Now, if you know somebody that's in the room that you think would be nice and you want to introduce me to him and you think it would be a nice we might have some things in common, that's one thing. But don't turn me into a fucking charity. I didn't like that, and I felt uncomfortable for Phaedra. I felt uncomfortable for Phaedra. But that's just me. But she just, you know, and then once again, Phaedra keeps making these gold digging these. When did it become cute to want to be known as a gold digger? Somebody tell me. When did that become cute? The one guy made a comment about tapping on Phaedra's ass. Now, do I think that his comment was rude? Yes, I think his comment was rude for him to make a comment about tapping on somebody's ass that he just met. But for Phaedra to say, before you tapping on this ass, you gotta tap on some of this. When did that become cute, y'all? I don't know. It's one. I mean, listen. And the other thing was, even if you were a gold digger, when did it become cute to let somebody know that's what you was doing? I mean, if I'm checking your bank account, trust and believe, ain't nobody gonna know I'm checking your bank account. It's crazy to me. But anyway, so there was that. So we found out that the ladies are getting ready to go on their couples trip, and I guess they haven't really been on a couples trip since pre no, because they went on a trip last year when they went to that same house that the ladies from the Real Housewives of Atlanta went to up in the mountains, up in what was it, Smoky Mountains or whatever that they went to. Remember, they stayed at the same house that the ladies from the Real Housewives of Atlanta stayed at. So they did a trip last year. I guess maybe they didn't call it a couples trip. I guess it was just a trip. But anyway, Simone and Cecil are doing their annual couples trip. And we find out that they do this whole montage of how it's been 10 years and some trips were good and some trips were bad. And they show us the highlights of the different trips, right? This was a great trip. Oh, that was a terrible trip. And we see that they done been to Barbados and Bermuda and Hawaii. And they decide they're going to go to Hilton Head, South Carolina. Now, let me tell y'all something. I know that for 1 second, y'all don't believe that Simone and Cecil planned that trip. Please tell me y'all don't believe that. Please tell me that y'all know that that was all production. Please tell me y'all know that. Please tell me y'all know that that was all production. And it was done for a reason. And it was done to do exactly what it's doing, which is to stir up the drama, to bring up the Jackie Curtis drama. Because in the 10 years of Married to Medicine, if we're talking about couples, in the 10 years that they've been doing this show, that is probably the most shocking couple thing that's happened. Your husband got caught and it was all over the blogs and it had to play out on the show. Now, I mean, of course, we had the almost divorce between Simone and Cecil. But other than that, y'all, we really ain't had no real big scandals when it comes to the marriages. Other than that, that's the biggest one, I should say. And that's the reason why Simone can't change it. Because here's the thing. Do I think that realistically Simone could have forgotten that it was Hilton Head? Sure. That shit happened like 6 or 7 years ago. I could see it. I could see it. I could see it. But for Simone to realize what it was and say, Well, we already booked it. Girl, first of all, if this was really your trip, let's just go down that road. If this was really your trip, girl, canceling and rebooking ain't nothing but a thing. Y'all got the money to do it. Y'all can eat whatever deposit y'all lose. Y'all can eat whatever. Y'all can eat that. Y'all can eat that. I mean, I'm just gonna call a thing a thing. Let's just call a thing a thing. If that's my best friend of 20 years, and yes, I remember that her husband cheated on her, but I honestly forgot that it happened in this place. The minute it was brought to her attention, if this were a real situation, the next thing would be, oh shit, y'all. Okay, me and Cecil, we're gonna let y'all know. We're gonna change it. We're gonna change it. Don't even worry about it, Jackie. I'm so sorry, Jackie. Jackie, I'm so sorry. We're gonna switch it up. Y'all just be on alert. You just be on go. But we're gonna sit down tonight. We're gonna make some phone calls and we're gonna figure something out. That is what would have happened. But when Simone was just like, oh, I forgot. Jackie, are you good? Then you got Heavenly activated because that's all Heavenly needed was to get activated. Again, we know that Heavenly knows what to do. Heavenly knows this game. She knows how to play it. Now, do I think that Heavenly took this as an opportunity? Yeah, because Heavenly wants to be Dr. Jackie's best friend. She absolutely does. And she wants to be her first and her go-to. Yeah, she does. But I also know that she was so extra about it for that purpose, right? So Jackie says, look, I'm gonna talk to Curtis. I'm gonna talk to Curtis, and then I'm gonna let you guys know. Now, the one thing I will say is, and especially because these women are doctors, these women do have careers, and I mean, no disrespect to the Real Housewives, but because these women are full time, do have full time jobs, I believe they absolutely tell these women when to block these days off. The husbands maybe not so much, but the women definitely know the dates of these events. Now, for the husbands, maybe maybe not or whatever, but the women absolutely know. There have been a couple of times where the women have been on call and they've had to come late or they've had to leave early or whatever. But for the most part, them women always can go on these trips. So, do I think the dates are already blocked off? Absolutely, the dates are already blocked off. Ain't nobody gonna tell me no different. You are not gonna sit here and tell me that those women did not know before that night at the little the mixer that they were going on a trip on those dates. Yeah, I don't believe you ain't gonna convince me. They have to give them those dates. People have to make arrangements, especially when people have kids and jobs, child, whatever. Um, so Jackie goes home and she talks to Curtis. And listen, I'm with Curtis. Curtis said, "Listen, I ain't about to be nobody's punchline for the whole trip. I'm not gonna be." He said, "Listen, what happened between us is between us. We worked through it, and we're in a better place. And I'm not interested in walking down that memory lane. I'm not interested in becoming the topic of conversation. I'm not interested in that becoming part of the dialogue. And he been doing this long enough to know that's exactly what it was. It was exactly that because there's no Hilton Head, South Carolina, for y'all's cash trip, and y'all have been to Hawaii and Bermuda and Barbados. And again, I understand, the COVID years and the post. I even give y'all the pass last year because we would still have surges and all of that. I'm gonna give y'all a pass on last year, but this year ain't nowhere in the world, no reason in the world why y'all ain't getting on a plane going somewhere. Come on now, stop it, stop it. So Jackie know what it is too. Let's listen. Listen. I'm sorry. I just gotta break the fourth wall on this one because I'm not gonna sit here and then I'm not gonna sit here and I'm not gonna sit here and play with y'all's intelligence, and I damn sure ain't gonna play with my intelligence. So we just gotta pull the fourth wall back on this one. Jackie know what it is too. Thank you. Jackie know what it is too. And that's why Jackie was telling Curtis, you know, when them cameras went down, Jackie told Curtis, you know, we got to go on that damn trip, right? You know, we got, you know, you know, I got to go. You know, I got to go on this trip, right? You do know that, right? That I got to go on this trip. But on camera, the conversation was, okay, you know, maybe I can talk him into it. He say he don't want to do it. Okay, whatever. So we get to Aiden's birthday party. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't care about none of it. I mean, it was a gorgeous party. Let's be clear. It was a gorgeous party. Phaedra did what Phaedra does, which is have an over-the-top spectacle. Child, we got a Dwight sighting. Okay, he introduced Aiden and everything. And it was a beautiful party. Okay, it was great. Definitely saw where her money went. Okay, it was a carnival style party. I definitely saw where $70,000 could easily have been spent on that party. Okay, great. Everybody shows up. Great, that's beautiful. Everybody's here. Yay! Everybody's at the party, and then Heavenly and Toya get into. I mean, Heavenly and Faith. Damn it. They still trying to hook Phaedra up with a man, which again, I told you guys I felt some kind of way about it. And then Heavenly gets into it with Simone again. Again, we get it, Heavenly. We get it. You're Jackie's friend, and you care more about her feelings than Simone does. And you remember where the affair took place. And how dare Simone do that? How dare Simone do it? And Simone was like, Heavenly, I'm gonna need you to take it down a notch. I'm gonna need you to bring it down. Bring it down. Bring it down. Right, Corey. That whole Heavenly trying to hook Phaedra up thing, it's irritating. It is. It's a lot. It's too much. It's irritating to my soul. But so anyway, we have that, and then Jackie shows up. So of course, when Jackie shows up, the question is, are you going to Hilton Head? And she said, look, Curtis don't want to go. Curtis don't want to go. And they said, well, Jackie, you know, and she said, if Curtis don't want to go, you know, honestly, I'm not interested in being there either, but I will talk to Curtis again and I will try to get him to go. And Heavenly and Simone continued this argument where they done disrupted the damn kid, the baby's party, and they done disrupted the whole damn thing, arguing about Jackie and Hilton Head. Look, we get it. We get it. We get it. It was just a lot. So then we see everybody packing for the trip, right? We see everybody packing for the trip. Now let me tell you something. Sweet Tea don't want to be with that man. Now I know we done said it 3-4 different ways. I know we done talked about it. I know we done bought it. I know we done done it. But let me tell you, Sweet Tea don't want to be with that man. Let me tell you why Sweet Tea don't want to be with it. First of all, Sweet Tea lying, talking about she's always dated older men. And I'm going to tell you why she lying when she says she's always dated older men. I'm going to tell you why Sweet Tea is lying. Sweet Tea is lying because every chance she get, she bring up how old these women are. Well, what is it? She said, well, first of all, she said, I went on TikTok and looked up Hilton Head and I wasn't impressed. First of all, who the fuck is doing research on TikTok? Now, she had said, I went on TikTok to see if we could find some nice places to eat, some sites. I don't know, but that let me know right there. Girl, TikTok, that's your reference point? TikTok? And she said, I mean, is there anything for me to do? I mean, is it just gonna be a bunch of old people doing old stuff? See, a person that really truly dates older people and really truly is okay with being in that world, they're not constantly complaining about everybody being old because you know what you signed up for, because this really is truly who you enjoy being around. I have an old soul. I've always liked old shit. Okay. So I never had a problem being around older people. First of all, I love history, so I could definitely, I love talking to people and getting story times and hearing about what life was like. Wow, that was your experience. Like I have an old soul now, but I don't date like 20 people that are 20 years older than me because I know that that's not the world I want to live in. You understand what I'm saying? So for you to sit here and say you've always dated older men and you've always enjoyed being around older men, yet every chance you get, the first thing out your mouth is how old everybody is and how you don't want to be around all these old people. Do you understand that every time you throw a jab about age at these women, you talk about your man? Because they all the same age bracket. Your husband ain't 10 years younger than them. They are all in the same within 5 years of each other. They are all in the same age group. So for you to be like, for that to be your first insult tells me you really don't like older people. You really don't like older men. And you ain't all that crazy about being around what your husband enjoys doing. Because he was cool with, he was like, what you mean you don't want to be on yachts and stuff? Like, he was like, what are you talking about? And again, every time she says it, every time she says it, I am reminded you really don't like these people. You really don't like older people. Because again, if it were about Heavenly, if it were about Jackie, if it were about Phaedra, your insults would be about those things. But the fact that your first line of insult is age tells me that's what bothers you. That's how I feel. Now, y'all, maybe y'all feel differently or y'all see it the way I see it, but that's what comes into my mind. But SDK, I disagree. I disagree. You having an older man, if your first insult is always about I don't want to be around these old people, old people, old people, old people, and they the same age, you say there's a difference between dating an older man and being around older women. What's the difference? Because again, she's not saying I don't like them because as older women, I don't like just insulting their age. She's not putting any nuance on it and saying, well, I don't like them because they too old to act the way they act, or I don't like being around them because they're too old and they trying to be young, they trying to do the young dances, they trying to dress too young. She's just saying, she just throws out an insult on age. And if I were him, I would feel some kind of way if every time she started talking about older people, I would be like, bitch, hello? I don't want to be around the women his age, but he is good. Okay. She age shames a lot. She is not used to dealing with an older crowd. I like older men. I like the challenge. My husband is 10 years older than me. Right. So with that being said, D Heavenly, you said something a minute ago. I hope I said your name right, baby. You said something a minute ago I want to go back to because I think you made it. Hold on, let me put it up on the screen so I don't forget. Hold on. Hold on. Because you said something when I was talking, and I was like, ooh, that's a good point. Hold on, wait a minute. I wish Dr. Heavenly. No, that's not it. Oh, you did. Okay? You said a couple of things that I like because that's the okay. Hold on, because I don't want to get messed up. Okay, there are two things that D. Heavenly said that I want to address, but let me address the third thing she said first. So my question is this: I agree. You can date an older man, but you don't want to hang around older women. That part I'm okay with. But let's say your husband your husband is 20 years older than you and he has to go to a party at his office, Christmas party, 4th of July cookout, whatever. If the first thing out your mouth is always talking about these old women, I'm sorry, I would feel some kind of way about it. That's just me. Now DeHavilland said, I wish Dr. Jackie would stop being, I wish Heavenly would stop being Jackie's mouthpiece. Heavenly was absolutely being Jackie's mouthpiece. And I'm glad that Simone called it out. And I think even Toya said something about it, because you're not going to convince me. This is, again, my opinion. You're not going to convince me that Dr. Jackie and Dr. Heavenly did not have a conversation. And I'm going to tell you again, my opinion. I'm going to tell you my opinion about how I knew or why I feel that way. Is because I didn't see Jackie. I never saw Jackie tell Heavenly to stop. Now, I know it's edited. Okay, I get that things are edited. But I never saw that. Did y'all see that? I never saw Dr. Jackie say, Heavenly, don't speak for me. Heavenly, don't put words in my mouth. Heavenly, I can speak for myself. Heavenly, stop. I don't remember her doing all that. I remember her saying, look, I don't want y'all arguing. I need y'all to stop arguing. I'll talk to Curtis. Like, I don't remember her telling Dr. Heavenly she was out of line, which makes me think that you were okay with what Dr. Heavenly was doing. I mean, that's just me. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. That's just me. She did tell her hush, but it was very soft. Yeah, but she told her to hush. I think that was more out of the embarrassment part of it, not because she was mad at what Dr. Heavenly was saying. I think that was more because they were being loud and they were being embarrassing. Right, SCK. Now, the Heavenly, that was a good point that you said. I didn't want to forget to put it up there. I don't believe that Curtis and Dr. Jackie are together. Let me ask y'all a question. How many people think that Curtis and Dr. Jackie are still together? Put a yes in the chat if you think they are still together. Put a no in the chat if you don't think they're still together. Just put a yes or a no for a minute. I have a thought. Just put a yes or a no. I think she likes when Heavenly speaks for her. Remember the Buffy situation at the table? Jackie said nothing to Heavenly. Yeah. Okay, I see one yes. I see a lot of no's. Now, they said that he's working on a project in the Dominican Republic. They bought some property and he's helped building some houses or something down there. Something along those lines, right? Something along those lines. They help building stuff down there. That's what they said. I don't know whether they're together or not. I mean, clearly none of us do. But I'm just going to be honest and tell you, I wouldn't be shocked if they're not. I would not be shocked if we found out in a year they announced their separation. I wouldn't be shocked. And I feel like Dr. Jackie would wait. Dr. Jackie would wait until they're not filming, till they're at a hiatus, and hope that enough time would pass between the two that she wouldn't have to talk about it a lot. Now, there's no way she can get around talking about it. Let's be clear. If she's still on the show, she gonna have to talk about it. But if it's like at a point where it's not happening right at that moment, I think that they may not be traditionally together. Because it does seem like Curtis spends a lot of time away from home. And this is how I know that Heavenly and Dr. Jackie are friends in real life, because I have seen Dr. Jackie edit herself when it comes to Curtis. People have asked her multiple times about Curtis, between Carlos, between the chat, and she has edited herself. I have seen her edited her. I mean, edited. I have seen her edit herself. She gives that story about him, doing work. He works in the DR, and he got some stuff. He been over in Africa doing stuff. They definitely got the story, but I'm just wondering. I'm just wondering. Maybe they have an open marriage. They're partners, not lovers. They are together for now. He's putting his life together in the DR, and he's not leaving his cushy life just yet. He has more to get from her. Ooh, Miss Gigi. Oh, not stopping. He's chasing Latin tails. Ooh, ooh. Okay. Okay. Well, baby, that's it. I stretched that thing out for almost an hour, honey, because I ain't got no more. If there's an arrangement, is Jackie getting something on the side? I don't think. I know you can't judge a book by its cover, you guys, and I understand that, but I don't think. I think Jackie's all right by herself. I mean, you never know what's going on behind closed doors, and again, I don't never want to judge a book by its cover, but so maybe they have an understanding similar to Ray and to Karen and Ray. Yeah, and to be honest with you, I don't know. Listen, I never got warm and fuzzy from them. I'm just gonna tell you the truth. I never, and that doesn't mean that I never felt like they were together. I mean, I do think at one point in time they were in love, and I do think at one point in time, it was what it was. I mean, I do think it was a love match. Don't get me wrong. I don't think it was business. I think it was really a love match. But I just don't get warm and fuzzy with them. I don't get that. I don't get it. I don't know. Anyway, you guys, that's it. Don't forget, we'll be back at 8:15 ish over at Scotty's house. I will definitely share it, but I know y'all all know where to find Scotty. But I will share it. I will share it. Um, there you go. All right, you guys. I'm gonna talk to y'all later. Mwah! Peace.